Okay, this is going to be a more serious video. I think it's important to do. I deleted the secret playlist and I deleted the videos that I had that I recorded on January 6th from YouTube. I feel it was necessary. Um, you know, I know it seems. I'm going to try to be serious and speak from the heart. But when I did see that officer who was being crushed by the doors and was crying out for help, that was kind of the starting point. It wasn't just the funny LARPers like the guy, dressed as like a Native American with the face paint, like Angeli, I think his name is, or the guy stealing the podium, or the guys that are sitting in there, playing on their phone in the Senate. It's much deeper than that. And I sound like my lawyer's right next to me, but it sounds like, but upon reflection and seeing the downplay of what's occurred, a lot of folks fled to Parler. Now Parler's gone. Gab, I think, is on the way out. I think that so people are going to be still stuck on Twitter, and of course there are going to be more folks than ever who notice the MAGA pedes and everything else like that. And so people are going to be, like I say, it's a very difficult situation. But after seeing CGTN's coverage of it, and seeing how the United States has helped to, with the Euromaidan, for example, helped to create overthrows of governments like that in Ukraine in 2014, or the overthrow of, or the attempted overthrow of the Hong Kong protests that came into the the Hong Kong Parliament, and put up the Union Jack Hong Kong flag and all that. I think that's a more proper perspective, That I'll tell you how I felt at the time, even though I think most everyone knows, is that it was a fist pumping moment, like, yeah, something's gonna change. But I think it's one of those things where you want to be hyped for something that you really shouldn't be, because it's going to hurt you in the end. It's kind of like, I'm using historical events to cover up my own feelings. But for example, people thought, yeah, John Wilkes Booth killing Abraham Lincoln was great. In actuality, it made things worse. And, a lot of the Confederate supporters hid their support and everything else like that. It's different, context now, obviously. But I think that the feeling is similar. And this is going to be an event that we are gonna continue to see the ripples of in the future. Yeah, at the time, it was great because you're waking up to it and you're just excited. It's the same type of thing when when people felt despondent when we saw buildings on fire in Minneapolis this summer. I know. Oh, it's a whole different thing. Oh, they're fighting for civil rights, and they're white supremacists, and they flew in on jets and everything to have this. I know. But I think it's important to put things in the proper context. You know, we can't just be edgy folks who say edgy stuff on the internet. And I think that there's a huge, and I think we all fall into this, but I definitely do, is this idea where you see it happen in the Capitol and you kind of get desensitized to it. And now, of course, we're beginning to see the pushback, and it's not going to be pretty. And it hasn't been, People are getting, doxxed, family members are turning, or, kids are turning their parents in. We see a huge amount of stuff going on, and you can make whatever comparisons you want. I'm not going to concern myself with that, but it's not going to be pretty. And so for the record is I acted very immaturely, and I just let it fly loose. And I realize now in retrospect that was inappropriate for the time, especially considering that 5 people are dead. And I think that, yeah, I think I'll keep it there. But yeah, I acted inappropriately, and I hope that in the future, when events do come up, that I'm a little bit more prudent in how I act. And I hope that you can, be able to keep me on the right path, as it were. But yeah, I figured I'd record that right quick and get that out of the way. See you later. Goodbye.